What matters is that you become the man you want other men to be. Hey guys, welcome back. I am Jason Salyer, and I am not interested in forming a prepper group. I don't want to spend my weekend setting up LPOPs and every other weekend zeroing in our rifles and pretending to be, some sort of special operations unit behind enemy lines, hunkering down in a fortress of freeze-dried foods. That's not my thing. I don't want to do that. What I am interested in doing, and what I do feel is really, really important, is surrounding myself with like-minded individuals that are trustworthy, reliable, useful. And I think the first step in developing a community such as this is not focusing your attention inwardly, where you become self-centered and devoted to yourself and what your needs are, but what matters is that you become the man you want other men to be. My wife is the mastermind behind a acronym, T.R.U.S.T. And these are just a simple way to remember and identify the things that you want to look for in people when you're trying to form a solid community. Trust is the acronym. The first letter being T is for trustworthy. Can you trust this individual? If you tell them something in confidence, can you rely on them to keep that to themselves and not spread the gossip everywhere? Would you trust this individual with your family? Would you trust this individual with your wife and kids, unsupervised? Can you count on them to care for your family as much as you would, or at least close to as much as you would? Can you trust them? Could you potentially trust them with your life? Can you trust that they would sacrifice themselves for the greater good? R is reliable. If you say you're going to be there at 9 o'clock on Saturday, be there at 9 o'clock on Saturday to the best of your to the best of your abilities. I mean, obviously stuff happens, life happens, but communicate that. There's no excuse for not really being in contact and communicating these days. We've got the best communication services on the face of the earth that have ever existed. So utilize that. Be reliable. Do what you say you are going to do, no matter what. Be that guy that always shows up every single time. And look for that in the people around you as well. Those are the people that you want to surround yourself with, is reliable individuals. The flaky guys that say, I don't know, maybe I'll be there, maybe I won't be there. Or they say they'll be there and they don't show up. And how many times can you do that before people just stop trusting that you're going to do what you say you're going to do? So be reliable to the best of your ability. The next one is you, and that is useful. Are they useful individuals? Are you a useful individual? Do you have skills and knowledge that you can pass on to the people around you? Are you someone that is of value? And I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe the skills that you have are useful in lots of situations. Maybe you've only focused on one thing your entire life, and that's all you know how to do. And I'm not saying that's necessarily wrong if you're really, really skilled and really, really good at what you do, but maybe you just need to look at branching out and becoming a little bit more well-rounded and developing your skills in other areas that maybe aren't as important right now, but could potentially be very important if hard times should come upon us. What are those hard times? I don't know. We're not getting into that right now, but who knows what the hard times could look like. It's inevitable that hard times will come. The hard times will probably pass, and then they will come back again. It's a cycle of life. That's the way it works, regardless of where you live. So is that going to happen in the next couple years? I don't know. Are the bombs going to fall out of the sky tomorrow? I don't know. Nobody really knows for sure. S is for suitable. Do you possess similar values and beliefs as the people in this community that you're trying to form? If you don't, it's just going to cause heartaches and problems. In your close-knit, I'm talking about close-knit community. I'm not talking about your, everyone in the county. I'm not talking about everybody even in your town or whatever. I'm talking about your close group of individuals. The 3, 4, 5 individuals in this close group. that you want to develop this relationship with? Do they already possess the similar values and beliefs that you have? Believe the same things that you believe? Are you all Christians? Do you all place a high value on that? Do you all place a high value on family first? And those things are important, because while you may want to be evangelical and reach out and try to help as many people as you can, and you think that your values and belief systems are the right way to go about it, attempting to do that in a small group of people that you're relying upon in dire situations potentially, you can't have that to start with. Maybe potentially, as people evolve and people change and they change their minds and their values and views, that you could bring them into that circle. But at first, you've got to keep that tight-knit group really controlled with those people that share those same values and beliefs. Teachable is the last T. Are you willing to admit that you don't know everything? Are you willing to admit that there's things that you don't know, things that you're not good at? And are you willing to accept instruction, criticism, and feedback on those things? If you've got a know-it-all that knows everything about everything and you can't be wrong, that person's going to be difficult to deal with. And that's a fact. So as an individual trying to improve yourself, trying to be the man that you want others to be willing to admit that you don't know everything. Show up for the class that you're not confident on. Don't be afraid to raise your hand and ask a question, assuming that everybody knows the thing and you don't. Be willing to humble yourself, and the people around you will appreciate that and they'll respect it. They'll look at you with admiration because perhaps that's a quality that they don't necessarily already possess. You're a strong individual if you are willing to make yourself look vulnerable in front of a group of your peers. If you're willing to raise your hand and say, I don't know, show me how to do this thing, I think that that's not a small thing at all. And I really admire anyone and everyone that's willing to do that. So TR.U.S.T. That's the acronym that my beautiful wife has created, that we worked together on, but she was definitely the mastermind behind it. Those are the types of people that you want in your tight-knit group of people that you can really count on when the chips are down. Anyway, I'd really like to hear what you guys think about all of this. I'd love to hear your comments, questions, concerns. Disagree, that's fine too. I'm okay with you not agreeing with everything that I have said. I'm totally okay with it. And I'd like to have a civil conversation in the comments. I'd be really grateful for those. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I cannot wait to see you on the next one.